See what's going on. Hey, 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 we're here. We're live. It's Thursday night. So we're talking about bass fishing baits for Lake Fork in East Texas. Got a little bit of a tournament this weekend. I mean, just a couple people, like, a few thousand folks will be at Lake Fork to fish the tournament this weekend. Man, I got this thing set up really cool now. I've actually got my computer's wired into the TV so I can actually watch the comments right up here, and I can check them as we go, so maybe I don't lose track of questions anymore. But, hey, we just started another, Thursday night live stream. Got a few folks starting to drop in here. Lane Seaman, Kevin Jones, T. Lowe, Fishing Freak Gomez, all in the house. We appreciate every last one of you. Hopefully, we're going to get some new faces tonight because we got a big tournament this weekend. Made a little announcement on Facebook about 45 minutes ago that we were doing this tonight. So, hopefully, excuse me. A little bit of spring allergies. Hanging on for dear life before summer runs them off. Timmy Rhodes is here. Timmy Rhodes, my old tournament partner, my dog, Timmy Rhodes. Good to see you, buddy. But yeah, so we do this every Thursday night. We come in here, talk about my favorite 5 baits to fish for this week, answer any questions about any bass fishing questions wherever you are in the country, East Texas, and sometimes we get questions from Kentucky Lake or California or wherever. Yes! It stayed. We thought it was going to die, but it stayed. Yeah, and I'll answer questions about anything else too. You can ask me about football, baseball, life, wife, whatever, and I'll do my best to answer your questions. So, that's what we do here every Thursday night, and let's go ahead and get started. Everybody's saying, hey, I see you guys. Appreciate it. Willie Allen, Soul Cruise, Blake Horton. Man, there's a bunch of you guys in here tonight. Appreciate you guys joining us live. Top 5 baits. Let's get right on into it. Make the magic happen, as they say. It's so hard sometimes on Lake Fork to actually, for me, to whittle it down to 5 baits. There's so many different ways to go about it out there, deep to shallow and all in between at times. So we'll just start off in the shallow water. I am fishing shallow early in the mornings, and you might think, well, he's throwing a frog, or oh, he's throwing a topwater, or he's doing this or he's doing that. Well, you'd be wrong. So what I'm actually doing is I'm fishing shallow in the morning, but I'm fishing out in the middle. I'm fishing around the creek channels, drains and ditches, low spots where the grass starts to spread out and separate. And I'm using 2 tools. One is the Smash Tech Hollow Belly. This thing just keeps kicking. Good fish out week after week after week. Smash Tech 4.5-inch hollow belly. Owner 5-aught flashy swimmer hook. That's bait number 1. Throwing those around the creek channels and drains in the grass flats first thing in the morning. And the next thing is a chatterbait, and I don't know that I have. That's surprising. I don't have chatterbaits just laying around everywhere because I normally do. But you guys all know what a chatterbait is. I'm throwing a chatterbait and this Impact Shad. This Impact Shad as the trailer has become the deal, man, because this little old joint and this kind of wide-bodied fluke style type of bait, that little joint behind the chatterbait is just, it's magical. Very magical. Love it. Absolutely love it. Now, we're going to give you a little bit of a bonus play here because the Impact Shad is also on absolute fire on the back of a Carolina rig. If you're throwing a Carolina rig, this is the best bait to throw on Lake Fork right now on a Carolina rig is the Impact Shad. You can find those at impactlures.com. They've got them for sale at Lake Fork Marina. If you're fishing a tournament, you should be able to find some at Lake Fork Marina as well. So we've already done 3 baits because we talked about Carolina rig. We're going to do 3 more. So it's going to be top 6 baits this week. Let's go out deep. And we're going to change it up. Everything's been about Carolina rig, football jig, Carolina rig, then a football jig. Like, that's what we've been talking about. But I've got a few new ones for you tonight. So first one is going to be, my boo, my sweetheart right here. If you look closely, I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but there it is. Plenty of teeth marks on that little piece of metal right there, all up and down it. But, yeah, that's my Big Joe, Big Joe 6-inch or 7-inch. I don't know, the biggest flutter spoon Big Joe makes. It's a beautiful thing. This is my favorite pattern. You have to kind of ask for this one. I don't even know what he calls it. Just go in there and ask for the one that Billy Lawson fishes, and he'll fix you up with this. This being my favorite pattern on the big spoon right here. Or pick you one that you like and go with it. So big flutter spoon on. Hey, she came back. She came back for us. Thanks for bearing with me. So deep water right now for me is the offshore structure I'm fishing. The depth is anywhere from 14 down to about 20 to 22 feet, depending on the day. And a lot of times when they're in the deeper stuff, they're suspended. That's one of the big places where this comes in handy. Suspended fish, flutter spoon is a good tool for it. Next is a bait that I have a lot of fun with. This is a fun bait. It's an easy bait to fish. You can drag it, kind of crawl it on the bottom, stroke it up like a jig. A lot of things you can do with it. But the old wobblehead, old hardhead, wobblehead, bifflehead, whatever you want to call it, Tommy Biffle kind of pioneered this whole thing. It's just an extra wide gap hook loosely attached to this football head where it'll swing free like this, right? So that's it. It's 3/4 ounce biffle head or hard head or whatever you want to call it. That's a Rage, I don't even know, structure bug. Strike King, Rage, structure bug, something or another. Man, put a creature bait on there with a bunch of opinion. Honestly, the best one for it is the biffle bug, but I ran out like this morning. So, and they're not like, you just can't buy biffle bugs everywhere around here, so I have to order some. But anyway, just put a creature bait on there with a lot of moving parts, and they'll bite it. Brim type colors, watermelon red, something brown or green with some sparkle is good. But that old hard head, that swing head, whatever you want to call it, it's a lot of the guides fish it, but not a lot of the locals, not a lot of weekend anglers, not a lot of total people are fishing that bait on Lake Fork, never have, but it is very good out deep, no doubt about it. Come on, signal, work. Yeah, anyway, so not a lot of people are fishing that bait, other than like the guys that fish here every day, and so it can get you a lot of bites sometimes. Really, really good. I like it a lot. Now, save the best for last. This one's probably catching more than anything else. Big shaky head. And this is the bomb, man. 6 Sense Divine shaky head. That thing is the deal right now. Big 6 Sense Divine shaky head, 5/8 ounce, big 7/0 hook in it. Magnum trick worm. Here's the deal, guys. This is the finesse worm on this bait. We are also throwing the super big ones. I don't even know what they're called. Like the yum worms that are about 800 feet long, that are just a straight tail worm. I don't even know what they're called, but they work. Man's jelly worm type of thing. Yum makes some, Strike King makes some, V&M makes some. I think V&M is called the J-Mag or something like that. But anyway, big straight tail worms are the deal. You can probably get away with throwing a big ribbon tail worm on the same shaky head. But fishing that shaky head very, 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 very slow. And then once you've done that, go ahead and slow down about half. Extremely slow fishing, but it gets bites. Big shaky head. Big deal right now. This is the #1 bait. Like, the majority of big fish that got caught by guides on the lake this week was caught on this shaky head. Big shaky head is the deal. I know I just said big like 800 times. I'm sorry. I got excited. Yeah, V&M makes a J-Mag. That is a good one. They make that really big worm. I love the Mag Trick Worm. It's just compact. It's easier for my customers to kind of have confidence in and grasp. The problem is I ain't been able to find my color. The color I like best is red bug or plum, and I ain't been able to get my hands on the color that I want in the Mag Trick Worm. So sometimes we are throwing that big one to get the right color, and sometimes we're throwing the Mag Trick Worm in a weird color like this. I don't know where I got this from. It's like brown with orange flake. This is an awful color. Don't throw that color. It's terrible. All right. Let's start doing some questions. Oh, hey, we're back. All right, let's do some questions now, guys. I'm going to scroll right back up to the top. Somebody's hollering at us from Oklahoma. Appreciate it. Are my guide chips Humminbird compatible? Yes. Mox, Nix, Nate, my guide chips are absolutely Humminbird compatible. Also Garmin and Lowrance. Monty Peterson says he likes the tips from the seminar last Friday. Thank you, Monty. Water temp on fork, mid to upper 80s, 85 to 90, somewhere in there, depending on where you are. 85 to like 87, 88, really. Big ribbon tail worm. Big ribbon tail worm can work. Yeah, you could throw like a 1/4 ounce Texas rig or something like that. with a big, giant 10-inch worm would be great. All right, Texas Lunker 123. I fish a real grassy lake in central Texas. I can only catch small ones on a swim jig, and the bigger fish are coming off a jig on a road bed. Where else could I try? A real grassy lake in central Texas. Small ones on a swim jig, bigger coming off a jig on a road bed. Well, I don't know what else the lake has in it. I would try to find the structure that correlates with the grass, a point that the grass comes out on, creek channel bends that the grass lines. I would try to find the deepest grass that had structure relating to it. I would fish those areas very methodically. I like flutter spoons a lot, obviously, in grass. I just caught a 10-pounder like 2 weeks ago, today actually, on a big flutter spoon, or not a big flutter spoon, but a grass flutter spoon with a single hook that'll rip out of grass. But yeah, I would just try to find where the grass. It's not about what you throw. It's about, like, to me, I would really try to focus on finding the areas where the bottom content, the structure changes, correlate really well to the grass edges. I think that's where your bigger fish are gonna do their summer. What up, B-Law? Lucky Strike going to Rayburn. Rayburn has been in fuego this year. Oh, yeah. Hey, Heath Taylor does have these big flutter spoons right here. Heath Taylor has the original, the Big Joe flutter spoon. He's getting them directly from Joe on SmashTechBaits.com. You can now buy these big flutter spoons that I love so much online at SmashTechBaits.com. Thank you for mentioning that, T-Lo. Appreciate you. Good looking out, buddy. What about Texas Rig 10-inch black neon Lake Fork worm? Yeah, that's great. We just kind of already covered that, but yeah, there's nothing wrong with throwing that on the same stuff that I'm throwing the shaky head and the biffle head and all that on. JD Atnett, hey brother, we're getting close. Your trip's coming up, big dog. I see you. You'll be getting a call from me this weekend, man. Look forward to it. Mojo, picture this scenario. Average depth in this lake is 8 feet. Water temps are 89 midday. There are a few patches of hydrilla and hyacinth. How would you fish and with what? The average depth in the lake is 8 feet, so there is some deep water. Mojo, I need to know, is there offshore structure? And how deep does the grass grow in those patches? If that grass is in 5 feet or greater, I'm going to fish the fire out of whatever grass there is. And offshore structure is going to be what you got to look for after that. Without knowing the answer to those questions, that's my best answer. Will I talk about night? I can talk about night fishing. I just don't do very much night fishing. Am I fishing the Skeeter Owners Tournament? Guides are not allowed to fish the Skeeter Owners Tournament, so no. Keep losing fish on deep cranks coming off when they jump. Thoughts? You got the wrong rod. Wrong rod. What rod are you using? I recommend for deep crankbaits the 8-foot heavy with a moderate fast tip. 6-inch Lux rod is a great deep cranking rod. Gotta have some tip on a deep cranking rod, even though it makes it, everybody wants to get a big stiff rod for them deep crankbaits because it makes it easier to crank those baits. But you gotta have some tip in them, guys, or you're gonna lose a lot of fish. Going to UT Tyler to play baseball. I want to take a trip with my buddy. What is the best month to come fish with you on Fork between September and November? So from October 15th to Thanksgiving, that is like the peak of the fall bite. So any time in there is really good. Where is Z at these days? ZW is still in Rowlett, still pimping, keeping his pimp hand strong, as they say. And I'm actually going to be hanging with him at the Skeeter Owners Tournament Saturday. 7-foot 6-inch rod with a moderate tip. There you go. Austin, on the cranking rod, get a longer rod. Get an 8-footer. Even heavy, it'll have more bend in it because it's longer, more room for that rod to load up, more bend in it. Will allow for more shock absorption when that fish is shaking and trying to throw that bait. What size line am I using for the spoon? For the big spoon, I use 15-pound fluorocarbon on the big spoon. Open dates available. Good question. Always like that question. Let's see. July 6th, July 8th, July 13th. And then after the 15th, it gets pretty open. So we got plenty of days in July if you guys want to come out. Good times. Big fish do bite in the summer. Towards that scenario question, the grass runs between 2 and 3 feet, and the deepest spot on the lake is at the spillway part of the dam at 18 feet, and it's just rock there. Those fish, Mojo, are going to suspend a lot in the summer. I would buy the big impact shads, try to mark suspended fish on your graph, and soak that impact shad in front of them, count it down, twitch it, keep it in their face, or throw an Alabama rig, count it down and slow roll it through them suspended fish. Those fish in that lake, the hotter it gets, the more they're going to suspend. I can just about guarantee you that. And they're going to be very, very difficult to catch. That is not going to be a fun lake to fish when it's hot. What brand reel am I using? And what ratio for the 8 or 10XD? I don't throw an 8 or 10XD, but I do throw Cloud 9, 6 cents Cloud 9 C25 and C20. I do throw those. So the reel on that, I am actually different. I'm a little different. Like everybody wants like a low 5 point something to 1 gear ratio reel, so it's not as difficult to turn the handle and crank that big crankbait down there. I actually throw a high-speed reel and just get after it. I want that thing to get down to its depth as fast as possible. I actually throw Daiwa reels. I throw a Daiwa Excellior and a Daiwa Fuego 7-to-1 gear ratio. Both of those have a small little spool, so they have high line capacity for cranking, which you need. And I can fire them a long ways, and I can get them down there quick. That's my deal. I just suck it up and make my arm hurt at the end of the day, but I get that crankbait down there faster than anybody else. Favorite jig for deep summertime and trailers. So the one that we've caught, I don't know, a gazillion. I know that's like a real scientific term, but about a gazillion giant bass on this year is the 6 cents hybrid jig, 3/4 ounce with a smash crawl. Been using crawfish drone has been the color that I'm using on the 3/4 ounce jig, and green pumpkin has been my trailer. Sometimes we go to a watermelon candy or something like that, but smash crawl and hybrid jig from 6 Cents Lures. Smash crawl from Smash Tech, hybrid jig 6 Cents Fishing Lures.com. Punch in the code your Lake Fork guide at 6centsfishing.com. Get a 10% discount. Always got to put that in there. Make sure you guys are taking advantage of that code. If you're buying a rod, any type of gear from 6 Cents, get 10% off your order. But yeah, that's my jig. Have I ever added a willow leaf blade on a line through Smash Tech swim bait? No, I've never added a willow blade on a line through swim bait. I've never even seen that done. That's good for you, Clay. Well done, sir. Get a little creative. Best time to throw the Convict? 2 times. November and late February / early March. My 2 favorite times to throw the Convict. What's the deepest I'll throw the Convict? About 8 feet. Favorite summertime dock fishing bait? Maybe not favorite, but most effective. Most effective dock fishing bait in the summertime. I don't know. Probably a drop shot. But I like a jig. I mean, if I'm fishing a dock, I promise you I'm fishing with jig. I don't care what time of year it is. But a drop shot probably work better in the summer. But if I'm fishing a dock, I guarantee you I'm fishing a jig. It's just me. Medium heavy or heavy for wacky rig? Definitely medium heavy. On a wacky rig, I am throwing the 611 medium heavy 6 Cents Electrod is the one I'm throwing on the wacky rig. Jeremy Robinson wants me to tell Heath to get the line through 5-inch gizzard shad going. I will bring that up to him. I will definitely mention that. Where can you get the lead tape to add to owner beast hooks? You can get the storm strips at Oak Ridge Marina. You can also order all that stuff on Tackle Warehouse. Have you tried the long points on fork? Got some huge bass on a shaky head last week. Yeah, I've fished a few long points on fork. I may have even made a video or 2 about it. I don't know. Yeah, they're good, buddy. They're good. Fishing flooded trees and clear water. What would you throw? Hey, flooded trees, clear water, summertime. They're probably going to suspend. Flooded trees. I'm assuming you mean like standing timber type of flooded trees. If the fish suspend in those, that impact shad, he makes a bigger one. This is the 5-inch that I'm throwing on Carolina Rig and Chatterbait Trailer. They make a 7-inch. You can throw on like a 6/0 EWG, 7/0 EWG. And Mark Pack, the guy who invented this is actually like his deal. He gets suspended fish in these treetops in the summertime. He throws this bait weightless and just counts it down and twitches it in those treetops. And he crushes giants on it every year doing that. It's unbelievable. I'm going to try to get him to let me show some of that on the on film this summer. When that gets going and he gets doing that suspended bass deal in the trees, I'm going to try to get him to let me film with him and kind of show you guys how that goes down. Because it's a very special bite. Rudy, Texas, you're right, sir. He hasn't. Do I throw big, soft swim baits? No, not at all, ever. Never. No. Those are just random baits laying on my counter in my garage right there. Yeah, I throw big, soft swim baits. I can tell you have not watched the channel very much either, Down to Fish. Smash Tech baits is all my swim bait stuff comes from Smash Tech. Custom baits. He is a true, like, official, real swim baiter. Like, that's all he throws is swim baits when he fishes, and he makes his baits for him to use, not so they'll sell. I mean, they are really, really good baits that really catch fish. They are made by a fisherman, by a swim bait fisherman for swim bait fishermen. What's my best color jig on for it? So here's the deal on color, guys. Calm down. It's not a big deal. We all overthink color way too much, in my opinion. The deal on color for me in the summertime, like even once we get to spring, like once I come out of winter, once I get to so let's say mid-March or early April, I'm throwing a green and brown jig. Some type of green pumpkin seed combination. Crawfish drone from 6 Sense Lures is the one I'm using. Grass Mutant from 6 Sense on the hybrid jig is another great color that I throw a lot all through the summer. And I'll continue to throw that into the fall. Just that. That's the only color. Just something green and brownish. Throw that from, let's say, mid-March, early April, all the way until about the end of November. Once I get to December, I go to black and blue or black and purple. And that's all I throw is that one color until mid-March. So that's it. I really, 2 jig colors is all I got. That's all I got. That's all I need. Catch fish on jig all year. I caught some fish dragging the impact shad on the Carolina rig this week. Thanks for the tip. You're very welcome, Willie Allen. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Have I tried the deep swim bait bite this summer? I haven't. That's a hard one to do with customers. That I want to. I want to explore that and learn that and really dial that bite in. But that's a very tough one to do with customers when you can have them drag a Carolina rig or jig or shaky head. It's easier for them to get bit. That's part of the deal for me. How do you rig the impact shad on a jackhammer chatterbait? I've tried and don't think I'm doing it right. How do you rig it? I just put it right in the middle, slide it a couple inches, the length of the hook shank up the back and poke it out. I haven't had any problem. I don't know. I'm not sure what the problem you're having is. I don't know. Just bought the 8-foot moderate fast Lux rod and love it. Yep, Nick Haymaker, you're very welcome, buddy. Thank you. Jeremy Robinson retracted his message. Saw today Heath is working on some hard baits. I don't know what he's doing. We'll have to see. Sorry, I'm late. What's up, Jeremy C? It's all right that you're late. We won't even put you in detention or nothing, bro. Wonder if you put a nail weight in the impact shad for the suspended fish. No, but if they're really deep and you want to get it down there faster, you can buy a VMC drop dead hook, and it has a little bit, it has very light weights, 16,000, stuff like that. Real light belly weighted VMC drop dead hook. Put that on the impact shad. That'll get you down there a little better. And that drop dead hook, something about the way it's built, it gives them a really cool fall, really cool shimmy on stick baits and those impact shad and fluke baits. Have I ever tried Morning Dawn colored swim bait? If not, you should try it. I caught a 5-pounder on it in clear water. Well, I don't really have clear water, but Morning Dawn, isn't that the pink Aaron Martin's color that he uses all the time on robo worms? I think that's what color that is. Bro, I'm not throwing pink baits. Like, I'm just not going to throw a pink swim bait. You could be catching them. I'm not going to throw a pink swim bait. I'm sorry. Just how we roll in Texas, I guess. I don't know. I mean, bro, look, you're talking to a dude that used to be in the Marine Corps, born and raised in Texas, makes his living fishing. I'm not throwing pink worms. It's just not going to happen. Rod show for all the applications. That is next Wednesday's episode. The rod show for all, how I set my rods up to cover all my different techniques. I've actually already got it filmed. Just got to get the editing done. That's next Wednesday's Guides Network episode. What is my PB spotted bass? I actually caught what should have been the lake record spotted bass on Lake Holbrook in East Texas in a tournament like umpteen jillion years ago. Tim, you may have fished this tournament with me. I don't know. But I just caught a spotted bass off a dock. As I was swimming a jig out from under a dock on Holbrook, caught a spotted bass that was easily over 2 pounds. And the spotted bass lake record on Lake Holbrook's like a half a pound. So my PB spotted bass is like 2 1/4, I guess, somewhere in there. Which for East Texas, that's a really big spot, like huge spotted bass. Also, what is my favorite topwater walking bait for the post-spawn summer mornings? 6 Sense Dogma. I like the smaller size in the post-spawn, and I like the bluegill colors. T-Lo, you're the only one. Only my best friends rate detention, T-Lo. Don't get your feelings hurt now, boy. Don't be getting sensitive on me, bro. Yeah, spook. Tim Rhodes says, I bet he says spook. Tim, it is a spook. It's a spook type bait, but it's the one that 6 Sense making for me now, and I really like it a lot. It's Brandon Malone. Did I get your text message? I don't know. I get a lot of text messages. Maybe. I have to look. I have to go back and look. Drop dead bellyweight hooks are nice on some yum dingers. Yes, they're better on smash sticks. But yeah, no, yum dingers are good baits too. I like those too. Tim was there. Yeah, I thought you might have been my partner that day. You were there. Yeah, I stole a jig out of Copex box, Tim. I don't know if you remember that. I literally took jigs out of Sonny Copex box, our buddy, who was fishing against us, and then went and caught some fish on it. Oh, man. Good rod for a finesse jig that will not break when pulling it out of cover. Well, I beat the fire out of these rods on guide trips. People step on them on me. I'm so abusive to rods doing what I do. And I have not broke any of the 6 Sense rods yet. Like, it's going to happen, but not yet. Finesse jig, I would probably throw that one on the 7-1 medium heavy. 7-1 medium heavy 6 Sense Lux rod. I think that would do really good for you on a finesse jig. Best line for that topwater bait? Yeah, I just go to 12 or 15 pound big game mono is fine on that topwater bait. The guy behind me just winked at me. Bro, you've been drinking too much Dos Equis. If that fella right there is winking at you, if he's winking at you, you're drinking too much Dos Equis, Mojo. If I ever tried out the 6, oh my goodness. Of course I fished the 6 Sense lipless crankbaits. Some of you people need to go back and watch more videos on my channel. Y'all haven't been watching my channel enough. Hey, you know how you're getting old and fat? Look, you know how you're getting old and fat when you go to sit up on your recliner, you got to push down with your elbows to get up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I almost won the stupid guides tournament on Lake Fork this year on the lipless crankbait. They're awesome. The Quake 70s are freaking phenomenal, man. They're awesome baits. Are square bills still working in the 6 to 10 foot? I don't know. I haven't been throwing square bills. Other than when I was doing shad spawn stuff, I haven't really been throwing square bills at all. What happened? What's going on? All right. Well, sorry about that, guys. We just decided we were going to take a little break there for a little while. That was the, come on, signal. Stinking signal. That was intermission. We appreciate you guys sticking through the intermission. We're still here. Why don't Why don't I use spinning gear? Because I fish Lake Fork, bro. What you talking about? Well, you know spinning gear. Like a former Marine, born and raised in East Texas, fish for a living. I ain't throwing pink worms, and I ain't throwing spinning rods. If my customers need some, I got some though. I just don't use them. And plus, I know how to throw a wacky worm on a bait caster, so who gets more finesse than a wacky worm? I don't. Where do I recommend staying when on a trip? Lake Fork Marina, Oak Ridge Marina, 2 great marinas. Lake Fork Resort is okay on the rooms. Minnow Bucket's pretty good on the rooms. All those are probably the 4 most well-traveled, I would say. I know, I'm wearing 6's hat. Carolina rig what is a Carolina rig trailer? You mean Carolina rig bait? Impact Shad. We already talked about it right there. That's the best Carolina rig bait on Lake Fork's Impact Shad. What do I throw on a drop shot? I don't. You guys stop asking me about all this dadgum finesse fishing, man. I throw a bigger drop shot with a 3-aught EWG, about a ½ ounce weight, and I like to use a trick worm pretty much most of the time. Actually, Heath Taylor makes some good drop shot baits. I use those a lot too. When I use a drop shot, which is like never. Partner Timmy Rhodes, but he said he's been catching them on square bills. And look here, I got to tell y'all something about old Tim Rhodes. This guy Tim Rhodes that you guys see commenting down here, it's awesome because he's my old tournament partner, and I'm going to tell you something about that. But if he says he's catching fish and square bills on docks in the morning, whatever, I promise. Look here, if he tells you it's Christmas, you better go get some presents. I'm telling you. If he says tomorrow's Christmas, you better go buy some presents, get them under the tree, Bubba. Because he's one of them guys. When he says it, it just is what it is. I appreciate you letting me borrow that saying there, Ronnie Kelly. When did I become a Mexican surfer? What's a Mexican surfer, dude? Who's my guy? Hackney's my guy. Who's my guy to win on the Sabine this weekend? Hackney. Hackney's my favorite, man. And that's Sabine River, shallow water deal. That's his deal, man. He should handle that no problem. Why don't I use a Zepco, bro? Hey, y'all be nice to the new people, man. We love the new people. We love the new people. The new people are awesome, bro. Wasn't the Lake Fork record caught on a minnow? Yeah, it was caught on a minnow that a crappie ate, if you want to know the truth about it. No, I mean, supposedly caught it on a minnow and a crappie jig, but we all know how that goes down. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Nobody can ever prove anything, but I'm just saying. We all know what happens on Lake Fork when you go crappie fishing with minnows. You do catch crappie, and then you lose crappie, if you know what I'm saying. Thanks for the deep jig bite. It was very helpful on Fork 2 weeks ago. Went back to Monticello 2 days while down there and tore them up on deep crankbaits. That's awesome, Nick. Good job, buddy. JD! Got him a double digit, my dog. Hell yeah, son. That's what I'm talking about. Bro, text me a pic of that. I know you got my number, JD. Text me a pic of that. I had a Mexican accent? All right, I'm a Mexican surfer. Hold on, Cole Lakely. You talking bad about my 2-pound spotted bass. That's a big deal around here. We don't have them. Like, we got the Kentucky spotted bass. Y'all didn't give us them Coosa spotted bass. I know that's a joke on y'all's river, but around here, 2-pound spot's a big deal. I do need to come catch some of the big spotted bass. Hey, I tell you what. I'll come over there to break my spotted bass record, and you can come here and break your actual real bass record. I was just saying. No technology. There's no good technology in East Texas. It's so bad. All right, so, yep. I threw down the challenge. I dropped the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like come Lake Fork and then just drop the mic. But hey, look, man, we've been going a long time tonight. I know there's a lot of questions. I really love these questions. All you guys that asked the question that I didn't get to, please join me next Thursday. We'll be back here sometime. we'll just do 8 o'clock from now on. We're gonna move to 8 o'clock. I like 8 o'clock better than 7:30. It works better for me, especially during the summer. So if that's cool with y'all, that's what we're gonna do. Man, I can't thank you guys enough. It's unbelievable. I get to do what I do, man. It's awesome. I love my job so much, and I love each one of you, and I want to help you as much as I can. Not that I know a whole bunch of stuff, but whatever I know is y'all's to have. I'll give you whatever I've got and give you everything I've got. And, yeah, man, thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. So that's going to do it. Good luck at the Skeeter Owners Tournament. I hope you guys catch all the big uns. If you see me, I'll be around. If you see me, please do come say hi. I'd love to meet each and every one of you. If I've already met you, come say hi again, because most of you I want to see again. The few of you that I don't, you probably know who you are and kick rocks. No, just kidding. So that's going to do it, man. We're going to wrap it up, and we'll see you next week. And, man, yep. Now you know what it would be like if I didn't do all that editing on those videos you guys watch every week. But, hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time right here on your Lake Fork Guide.